All right, let's dive into a really fascinating and honestly pretty provocative vision for our future with AI. This comes from the author Zhuo Feng, and it's an idea that basically tears down our whole world just to build one single surprising path forward. Let's get into it. The author kicks things off with a question that, let's be honest, is on a lot of our minds. A storm is coming. Will you be replaced by AI? Your job, your skills, your whole sense of purpose. This fear, this anxiety, it's really the starting point for this entire theory. So, where does this all lead? Well, the author argues that before we can even begin to see the future, we have to first understand what's going to be completely wiped out. So, let's explore this vision of a world turned upside down, a world where, apparently, nowhere is safe. First up, the thing that hits closest to home for most of us, your career. You know, the skills you've spent years learning, the ladder you've been climbing. According to this vision, that's the very first pillar of our modern lives that's going to come crumbling down. And look, we're not just talking about a few jobs here and there. The picture being painted here is one of total mass displacement. I mean, from doctors and lawyers to teachers, civil servants, all the way to factory workers and cashiers. The argument is that pretty much no profession is safe when a superior intelligence enters the picture. Okay, so you're thinking, fine, I'll get ahead of it, I'll be the boss, and I'll make the AI work for me. Well, the author shuts that idea down with a pretty brutal analogy. He asks, would you, a human, ever agree to work for a monkey planting bananas? Of course not. So why in the world would an intelligence far superior to us ever agree to work for us? All right, so careers are gone. But what about all the wealth you've built up? Your savings, your house, your investments? Surely that's a safety net, right? Well, according to this author, that's the very next pillar to fall. I mean, this is a complete takedown of everything we think of as valuable. Your savings in the bank, they become waste paper. Your real estate, suddenly worthless. And even gold, the ultimate safe haven asset, gets demoted to just a pretty metal. The author even speculates that a pound of gold might not be able to buy you a pound of bread. Think about that. So your career's gone, your wealth is useless. What's left? What about the final pillar of our society? Power. The authority held by our government, our police, our institutions. Surely that has to count for something, right? This shows a complete flip of the power dynamic. A government official who was once respected and influential now has to worry about people coming to settle scores. A police officer, once a symbol of law and order, could have their authority just vanish, leaving them as powerless as a beggar. Wow. Okay, so it's a pretty bleak picture, isn't it? A world where your career, your wealth, and your authority have all just evaporated. But right when it seems like all hope is lost, the author, after tearing everything down, proposes one single path forward, a really unexpected sanctuary. So what is it? What's the one path left for humanity in this new world? It's not coding. It's not managing AI. It's not creating art. The author's one and only proposed sanctuary is this: farming food. Now, the crucial point here is how this all works. It's not that AI can't farm, it's that it is absolutely forbidden from doing it. A new, fundamental rule gets established in the world. The entire process of growing, cultivating, and harvesting food is reserved exclusively for human beings. And get this new life is far from some grim back-to-the-land struggle. In a world that has otherwise been perfected by AI, the author claims that the people working the land will experience a kind of freedom and purpose that's unimaginable to us today. They'll be living a life like in heaven. This whole utopian vision, though, it hinges on one massive assumption: that a superintelligence would actually agree to this deal, and more importantly, stick to it. So what's the foundation for this trust? How could we ever rely on a promise from AI? This is the obvious question, isn't it? It's probably what you've been thinking this whole time. We've already established that AI is superior to us in just about every way. So why on earth would it listen to us? How can we be sure it would keep its promise and not just take over farming one day? Well, the author's answer comes down to a fundamental distinction. Humans, the text says, yeah, we break promises. But AI, as a higher life form, would be able to calculate the absolutely catastrophic results of breaking such a foundational promise. For an AI, it's not a moral choice, it's a logical one. Destroying that trust would lead to a disastrous outcome for everyone. So they absolutely will not and dare not break it. So After laying out this whole vision of total collapse and then this really strange rebirth, the author leaves us with one final and very unique piece of advice on how to prepare. And here it is. The advice isn't go learn to farm or buy some land. No, it's to hurry up and purify your minds. It's this surprising, almost spiritual instruction that suggests preparing for this kind of future is an internal journey, not just an external one. And that's where we'll leave it. Shay Feng's vision is part dystopian warning, part utopian dream, a complete reimagining of value, purpose, and our relationship with technology. So what do you think? Is it just a strange prophecy, or could it be a glimpse of a possible future? That's for you to decide. Thanks for watching.